You're listening to the WBT Podcast with Michael Lodge. Listen to all of our podcasts at www.wbtpod.com. Stay informed. Let's get started.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.
And welcome to the WBT. This is Mike Lodge. I'm glad you've joined me. Looking outside my window here in Burbank, California, blue skies and just a slight amount of clouds just floating around. It's a beautiful day here in Southern California. Finally, after so much rain and water, and it's good to see blue skies and sunshine. So, I skipped Political Tuesday, so I'm making it Political Friday. I'm afraid that I'm behind schedule. With tax season and meetings and everything else, I forget sometimes what the days are. So I'm catching up at the moment. So on this Political Friday, I'm kind of concerned about the issue of free speech as it relates to the Democrats. It is amazing to me that they're planning for the Democratic debates, and they have decided to eliminate Fox as one of the hosting networks of the debates. So what they're basically doing is saying, you know what, we do not like political conservative speech, so you can't participate in the debates. Only liberal news stations can participate. So you knock out a whole group of conservatives who may or may not vote for a Democrat, you never know. You knock out a whole bunch of independents. And you say, okay, listen, we do not care. The Democrats are saying we do not care about the conservative views. We do not care about conservative Americans. In fact, that group of people can just go by the wayside because you do not matter. That's basically what the Democrats are saying. Free speech? No, there's no free speech. If they do not want to speak or let the conservatives speak out about the Democratic politicians that will be running and be able to listen to their debate on the conservative station, they have gleaned a new view of what freedom of speech is. So don't ever expect them to, if you're a conservative or an independent, do not ever expect the Democrats to listen to what you have to say. They will never do it. So again, I say this, I've said this so many times, we have representation in Washington, D.C. that looks at various members of the American population as evil. So that's why they allow and they do not condemn an individual for speaking racially targeted speech towards Jewish people or the nation of Israel. So they have, I'm not quite sure exactly what they're trying to do, except control speech. And that's what happens in socialism. Socialism controls the media, they control everything. They control the newspapers, they control the television outlets. Everything is government generated. And that's basically the direction of what we see the Democrats going to in this next election. Now we have the ability to have Muslims in Congress. There's no problem with that, because this is a nation that looks at everybody equally. Even though they don't think they're looked at equally, they are, except when they are anti-Semitic or anti-Jewish Americans or anti-Jewish nation or anti-Israeli. Then all of a sudden, speech matters to them because they want to cut you off. They don't want you speaking out against anything negative that a Muslim might say. And they don't want you to speak out. They don't want to hear anything from what a conservative might say or think or feel about their nation. So freedom of speech is being cut into by socialism. Democratic socialism. And I have a feeling in one of these years, the Democratic Party is going to change their name to the Socialist Party. That's what I see, that's what I feel, because of the way that they're acting right now. The Democratic Party is no longer the people that used to be the Democratic Party, where they used to reach across the aisle and work together. It doesn't happen anymore in Washington, D.C. Because the Democratic Party has taken a political position that everybody else is wrong except them. No other voice counts except their voice. No political agenda counts except their political agenda. And Americans may not agree with their political agenda, but they don't care. Because in a socialist world or a socialist country, it is a dictatorship type environment where they want to cut off the media, where they want to cut off people from being able to speak out. That's what they're trying to do. That is a very dangerous position for any political party to take in the United States. In fact, what it's basically saying is that the people's voice no longer counts. It is the party's voice. And that's exactly what happens in a socialist environment. It is the Socialist Party that takes over, and their voice is the one that is heard and that dominates their country. Can't happen. It should not happen here in the United States. I'm not saying that it can't happen, because it seems as though the political party has become a mean political operational machine that wants to stifle freedom of speech and many other freedoms that we have as Americans. We have to watch this very carefully. You and I as Americans have to watch what's going on daily. And if we don't like it, we have to speak out. Even though that they don't want us to speak out anyway. So I am really amazed at what I'm seeing and hearing on the news and what I am feeling as an American right now, because I do not feel that this is what America is about. I may not agree with you, but you know what? I'm going to listen to your opinion. I may not agree with you, but I'm going to listen to it. And I'm hopefully, as a good American, if I have an opinion, you're going to listen to mine. That's how it works. And at some point in our relationship, you and I are going to compromise and find a position that we both can live within. But that's not what the Democratic Party wants. They want to push their own political socialist agenda into a situation where they have control of you and they have control of me. That's not what I want as an American. And I don't think it's what you want as an American either. But in order for those politicians to understand what you want, you have to tell them what you want. And you have to be precise and you have to be very clear as to we are not going to accept a socialist nation. That's not what America is about. We do not want a dictatorship within America. We want freedom of speech in America. And if you don't live within those rules that I feel as an American, then we have a problem. But socialism and the way that the Democrats are pushing it through the Congress and through the Senate and through America is no longer a safe America politically. So every one of you, think about and listen very closely to what these politicians are saying and doing, how they are acting. Because what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing and what I'm reading is not acceptable to what America stands for and who we are as Americans, who cherish our freedoms and our liberties, who cherish our Constitution, who cherish everything about this nation that provides us the ability to basically be or do anything that we want to be and make as much money as we want to make. And if you own a business, you should be very concerned about this, because if they start taxing you at high rates, and if they start taking away your freedoms as a business to expand and grow and develop new products, then we have a problem. Because that is what America is known for. So I really want you to think over this weekend. I really want you to listen to the words that are being said. Do not dwell on it. Limit it to 30 minutes. Listen to the news. Listen to it for 30 minutes, or find a news source that you can trust. And only spend 30 minutes Saturday and Sunday. And then I want you to think, okay, where is this nation really going to? What am I hearing? What am I seeing? Because it affects our businesses, it affects our religious lives and our liberties, it affects our families, and it affects our communities and our nation. Think about it. This is Mike Lodge for the WBT. If you have any questions, send me an email at mlodge@lodge-co.com. Be more than happy to chat with you via email on any concerns you may have. But spend the 30 minutes. And isn't it funny? Every time that I do a podcast, all of a sudden somebody decides to send me a text or a message. It's that world that we live in, right? Technology follows us no matter what we're trying to do. Anyway, everybody have a great weekend. We'll talk with you tomorrow. Stand up for what you believe. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the WBT with Michael Lodge. Join us again tomorrow as we explore more about business and taxes. Follow us on iHeartRadio and go to our podcast website at www.wbtpod.com and listen to all of our podcasts and read our blogs.
This is brought to you by Lodge & Co., a business and tax advisory firm where your success is our goal. Call us today toll-free at 888-681-1518 or visit us at www.lodge-co.com and learn more about what we can do for you. Lodge & Co., your source for sound business and tax services.